Saturday afternoon hoops here at the Sports and Expo Center here at the campus of Macomb Community College as we start MCCAA East play featuring your number 4 Macomb Monarchs welcoming in the Ocelots of Schoolcraft College right here on the Macomb Athletics Network. Alongside my partner and good buddy Tom Cowden, I'm Alex Johnson. Should be a good one on our hands here today, Tom, as the Monarchs continue to play really well, had a really impressive win against Edison State earlier in the week. Now begin the meat of the season, the important part of the season, conference play against Schoolcraft, coming in 8-5 in the year. Always a tough team to play.
Can't wait for this matchup, Alex. This is going to be a really fun one. Macomb's on a heater ever since they lost in overtime to Mid-Michigan at this same gym back at the beginning of December. They've ripped off 6 in a row, including 2 wins, beating a top 10 team in KVCC, taking down number 13 South Suburban College, and as you mentioned, an absolute body bagging of Edison State Community College back earlier this week. And now we dive into conference play, and this Schoolcraft team, even though they only have a record of 8-5 compared to the 13-1 Monarchs, of course, this is still a scrappy group. Very, very good team. You got 3 or 4 guys that can score in bunches. Javon Walker, Andrew Kimbrough, Booker Washington are going to be 3 guys for this Schoolcraft team that we're going to be talking about. Javon Walker had 23 points in their last game in a 13-point loss to Mid-Michigan. That was a week ago, Alex. This team hasn't played in 7 days. Macomb's fresh, playing just a few days ago. I'm ready to go, baby. Let's do it.
Me too, Tom. We're going to send it down to the court for the starting lineup, so we're back for the opening tip.
MCCAA Divisional Men's College Basketball matchup between our visitors this afternoon. Traveling to us here from Livonia, Michigan, the Ocelots of Schoolcraft College, and your 4th-ranked Macomb College Monarchs. Let's meet this afternoon's starting lineups. First, with the visitors on the scoreboard dressed in their gray away jerseys, the Ocelots of Schoolcraft College. At guard, a 6'4" freshman, number 33, Caden Houston. At another guard, a 6'3" freshman, number 23, Rael Cochran. At forward, a 6'6" freshman, number 5, Javon Walker. At forward, a 6'4" freshman, number 10, Booker Washington. And at forward, a 6'7" sophomore, number 22, Marshall Thorne. The head coach of the Ocelots is E.J. Harrelson. He's assisted by William Pierce. Let's meet the starting lineup for your Macomb Monarchs. At guard, a 6'2" sophomore from Macomb, Michigan, number 5, Josh Hines. At the other guard, a 6'5" sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, number 2, Demarion Fishburne. At guard, a 6'2" freshman from Belleville, Michigan, number 1, Jalen Jenkins. At forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Oak Park, Michigan, number 3, Jotham Nowicki. And at center, a 6'7" sophomore from Benton Harbor, Michigan, number 12, Marlon Williams. The head coach of your Monarchs in his second season is Christopher Burns. He is assisted by Craig Ford and Christopher Wooters.
We are ready for a tip-off here at Macomb Community College, the start of MCCAA East play in boys hoops between your Monarchs and the Ocelots. Should be a great one here today. Alongside Tom Cavanaugh, I'm Alex Johnson. Thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. Start of the conference play we've all been looking forward to after all the non-conference games throughout November through January. We're finally here. It's going to be the Ocelots to win the opening tip, and we are underway here in this men's basketball contest here today.
These conference games just a little more important. The execution is going to be heightened a little higher for both teams, just like that.
Taking it to the hoop, the freshman out of Inkster at 6'6", Javon Walker. Give the Ocelots the early lead.
As we mentioned, Walker 23 against Mid-Michigan, their last game a week ago.
Walking it around as Macomb has their first possession. Jotham Nowicki coming off an impressive game back on Wednesday night. Hines going out for a 3 and able to knock it down, no problem. Marlon Williams.
Great kick out there from Hines. Leads the team in points, also in assists per game. He's coming off that performance where he scored 21 against Edison State in a 50-point win.
Yeah, that hot second half as well.
Yeah, 16 in the second half for Josh.
Walking around is the Ocelots, 8 on the shot clock. Up there is Caden Houston going down low, moving his way and able to get that one with the lay-in is Marshall Thorne, sophomore out of Canton at 6'7".
Making a point to go down in the post. Back-to-back baskets here for the Ocelots in the paint.
They're going to work on that a lot, especially with their height size they have, the advantage with Thorne at 6'7". Fishburne cutting baseline, working around, taking the extra passes. Jenkins over to Williams again.
He's hot tonight, baby.
Williams.
And it's 6-4.
It's a team that averages
here now.
73 points per game for this Schoolcraft team. They're a good team.
Rael Cochran misses that one from deep. Jenkins kicking it out to Hines for 3, short. Rebound into the hands of Rael Cochran. Freshman out of Detroit at 6'3". Looking it around. And we got a whistle here. First foul of the game. Down low, going to be called on Jotham Nowicki for a push.
Number 3, Jotham Nowicki, his first.
Nowicki coming off that impressive game, 23 points, 7 boards, 9 of 18 shooting. Had 3 steals in that game versus Edison State.
It was impressive enough that the Central Michigan coaching staff extended him an offer. Congratulations to Jotham. He got his first Division I offer the other day from Central. That's a huge accomplishment as Schoolcraft knocks another one down. They're hot early.
Yeah, absolutely. As Houston knocks down that triple, Nowicki, an impressive game. Is he looking to continue on into his next step in his journey, in his collegiate career after this season is over?
Yeah, we talked about the Division I talent that's on this Macomb team. And you can see it right there.
Hines able to take it to the cup. Couldn't get that one to fall.
It's good execution, just could not finish the basket. Well executed by Hines and company.
Ocelots trying to keep it In a close range here right now, up by 1 early on. Up at the top is Booker Washington, one of the guys we were talking about earlier. Posting up on the wiki is Thorne. Going down, trying to go for reverse. Gets it blocked by Fishburne. Getting his own rebound is Javon Walker, 3 to shoot. And able to bury that one is Washington.
Washington for 3.
It's a team that shoots 46% from the field, 35% from deep. A very talented shooting team, this Schoolcraft squad.
It'll be tough to stop here. We'll see if Macomb can able to keep up their offensive power like they've had as of late. A long 2 for Demarion Fishburne.
Good to see these guys hitting from long range. I know his foot was on the line right there, but Fishburne and Williams already combining for the first 8.
Walking it around here, getting a screen is Thorne, taking it up. Mid-range shot is good by Walker.
Walker.
It's that one from the free throw line. Back to a 4-point lead for Schoolcraft.
5 of their first 7 for the Ocelots.
They come out of the gate strong. Macomb working around. Fishburne down low. Looking for Marlon Williams. Ball down on the floor. And it's going to be a foul called on Macomb.
Monarchs number 12, Marlon Williams, his first, team second.
Yeah, Marlon lost it on the handle after Jotham gave it to him down on the block, and as he dove for the basketball, he was flagged for the foul.
I'll be able to be careful here. Davion Giddy will get in at the next whistle. Cochran at the top. Looks over. Houston already has a 3. He took a step and he slid as he was debating if he was going to drive into the hoop or pull up from deep.
He replaces Marlon Williams.
Good first few minutes from Marlon. Just under 5. He just notched there to start the ball game. Couple of knockdown 3-pointers to keep his team very close in this ball game, because right now Schoolcraft's hot.
Working it around now. Jenkins up the top to Joe from Nowicki. Cutting up back is Fishburne. Long 2, short. Into the hands of Booker Washington.
Like the shot selection.
Schoolcraft has it. Houston down low. Thorne. Over him is Giddy. Posting up. Hook shot and missed. Trying to tip that one back in. It was Walker. He couldn't.
Nice defense from Davion right there. Find him open.
Got to be able to prevent those easy baskets.
And Davion's an absolute threat from 3-point range, as is many of the players on this Macomb squad.
Trying to get one to fall again. Instead, Hines pull up from the charity stripe. That one rolls out. So far, 3 of 7 for the Monarchs shooting, compared to 5 of 8 for Schoolcraft. As we're over 5 here in this first half. Still a 4-point lead for the Ocelots.
Neither team has gotten to the free throw line either.
Working it down, stepping out of bounds is Javon Walker.
Monarchs basketball. Checking in for the Monarchs.
Another turnover for Schoolcraft.
Karan
Williams and Lawan Holloway check in.
They replace Demarion Fishburne.
Andrew Kimbrough, freshman out of Detroit at 6'5", checks in for Schoolcraft.
Kimbrough averaging just under 6 points a game. The wealth is shared pretty evenly on this Schoolcraft team, minus a few guys. Talked about Javon Walker averaging about 16, and a couple other guys, Marshall Thorne and Rayal Cochran, in double figures on average. But everybody else looming around 5-6 points per game. So they do a nice job of distributing amongst the roster.
Kind of what Macomb has done.
Oh, yeah.
Getting at least 7, 8 guys involved, at least, as they got 10 to work with. Karan Williams setting up the offense, getting out to Joe from the wiki. Holloway posted up on Kimbrough, 3 to shoot. Giddy has to get something off. Instead, gets it out to Jenkins with 1 on the shot clock and buries it.
JJ from downtown.
Jenkins.
Always got to keep an eye on the shot clock, as Jalen was able to get it off with just a second to go and able to knock down the 3 ball.
Heads up play from Giddy as well. He could have tossed something up, but he found that last pass with just about a half second to shoot. Well done.
Schoolcraft looking to respond, going down low. Thorne again, posted up is Holloway. Kimbrough at the top, working around. 5 on the clock for Schoolcraft, got to get something off. Cochran pulls up, triggers, misses. It would have been a long 3, had a good chance of going in. Lawan brings it up the floor. Karan's going to step up from deep. Knocked down. He'll go to the line to shoot 3 as that foul's on Kimbrough.
Number 21, Andrew Kimbrough. That's his first.
These guys are too good from three-point range. They shouldn't consider taking those type of shots. Karan originally was 4 or 5 feet behind the three-point line and then stepped into it to take it about 2 or 3 feet behind. But, I mean, these guys are also skilled right now when it comes to shooting that 3 ball. They should let it fly when they get a chance. And when they get to the free throw line, they knock them down too. Karan on the season, 72% free throw shooter.
And the team as a whole shooting about 38% from behind the long line. Hold opponents to just 27% as Williams misses a second. Hines will come back in for Jalen Jenkins. And Booker Washington, freshman guard at 6'4", comes back in. The freshman over from Detroit University Prep for Arts and Design High School. One of the top players last year in the PSL. They'll make 2 out of 3 and give the Monarchs the lead. Kimbrough out now to Walker, driving, going past Skiddy, forces him to foul.
That was a good move right there. Strong, quick take to the rim. That's how Schoolcraft started the ball game. Their first 2 baskets from inside. And they went and knocked down a few from deep. They're starting to cool off a little bit here after those initial first few minutes.
Walker at the free throw line. Short on the front end. Averaging nearly 16 points a game. Shooting 66% from the free throw line. Scored over 20 in their last 2 games. Against Mid-Michigan on Saturday and State University of New York, Niagara, number 11 in the country. There's got a foul just off the inbound pass
on the Ocelots, number 5,
on Walker.
Walker is first. Team second.
Tie ball game at 13.
Checking in for the Ocelots, number 4, Cameron Strother.
Cameron Strother comes in.
Javon Walker.
Freshman guard out of Westland.
See how Macomb handles this press here. First time they're experiencing it from Schoolcraft.
Able to break it. Williams trying to set up the offense. Guarded by Keyshawn Johnson. Sophomore out of Toledo. 15 on the clock. In trouble, double teamed. Poked around into Hines. Looking to get it away. Couldn't, there was Johnson. And we got a whistle and a foul. With 5 on the shot clock.
Fouls on the Ocelots, number 10.
And that's going to be on Booker Washington.
First, team third.
Going to reset the shot clock to 20.
You saw Karan getting double teamed at the top, right near half court. Somebody else besides Josh Hines needs to come to the basketball and give Karan multiple options to pass that ball out of a double team, because somebody's open when you got 2 guys on 1.
Hines going to the cup, gets hacked. He'll go to the line.
This foul's starting to mount here for Schoolcraft. 3 in the last, I'd probably say 60 seconds.
21, Andrew Kimbrough, that's his second.
You had Walker, Kimbrough, and Washington all pick one up in the last couple of series.
Shooting 2.
14 fouls compared to 3 from Macomb as Hines at the line. Averages just under 24 points a game.
10, Malachi Irving. He replaces
one of the key
Joe
players to look out for in the MCCAA East. A sophomore out of Dakota High School. Misses on the back end. So it's just a 1-point Macomb lead, 12:23 to go in this first half. Washington over now to Holden Brigham. Freshman guard at 5'10", gets it back. 10 on the shot clock. Brigham almost threw it away, able to get to it in time with Strother. 3 seconds. Kicking out for 3. That one missed off the top by Johnson. Holloway brings it up the floor. He needs to give it to a guard, and he does. Josh Hines gets it back over to Lawan. Too much dribbling, has to kick it back out. Making the extra pass to Karan Williams, no, and we got a whistle.
Off-ball foul. It's going to be on Irving.
Fouls on the Monarchs.
Might have pulled him down, trying to fight
Irving.
for the backside of that rebound.
His first, team fourth.
Malachi Irving came in on that last foul. Coming in averaging under 4 points a game.
It's the type of game Schoolcraft wants to put together here. Don't forget, about a week and a half ago, or sorry, about 2 weeks ago, Schoolcraft took down the number 11 team in the country, SUNY Niagara. And they did it by 5 points, so, I mean, they're going to want to play a scrappy, close, competitive ball game today.
That's what you got to do here against the number 4 team in the country. 6 on the shot clock for the Ocelots. Got to get something up. Johnson going down low, 1 to shoot. Missed in the paint by Thorne.
Great D from Holloway right there.
Absolutely had to. Especially with the ability Thorne has. And William a little bit aggressive, Brigham.
Fouls on the Ocelots, number 2.
As Josh Hines goes into him.
That's his first, team fifth.
A bit of overbearing with the hands there, but Josh does such a good job of allowing opponent defenders to foul him. He just gives enough contact. And he also sells it very well when someone does get up on him.
Macomb up by 1. Taking it again. We'll get the foul call and 1.
Hines.
I mean, that's just what he does, man. He goes full head of steam right to the rim. Through contact, he's able to double clutch, keep a strong handle on the basketball, and still put up a healthy shot. And it falls after a couple of bounces on the iron.
1 shot. Marion Fishburne returns.
Fishburne will come in for Giddy.
Davion Giddy.
It's got to be so tough for head coach Christopher Burns to, I guess, kind of keep a lineup out there because you got so many talented guys from 1 through 12, 1 through 13, however many. But, you know, trying to find the right mix and match group of guys to play at the same time. They're still trying to figure that out early in the season. Yeah,
especially now with conference play starting. Got to be able to have your plan all set and the guys you want out on the floor.
It's good to have multiple options, though. They're not forced to play 5 or 6 different guys. That is a questionable whistle right there on Malachi.
That's his second foul.
Malachi Irving, his second, team fifth.
We'll see if Christopher Burns keeps him out on the floor for now. Yes. It's just a different tactic of what each team does. Some guys only go 6, 7, 8 deep. But Macomb has a lot more, as that triple is buried by Johnson to make it a 1-point Macomb lead now, 17-16. Williams, too much dribbling, taken away, gets it back. And it looks like that's going to put Macomb with the bonus.
Number 1, Martel Stampley, his first. Team 7.
So when Marlon, he was communicating with Fishburne and Hines when he was backing him down on the block. I thought he was fine setting it up, but Schoolcraft, they had some active hands there poking that ball away.
1-1.
Yeah, just trying to make it more difficult.
Just kind of like what we saw in the women's game, too. I mean, Schoolcraft's defense on the women's side was doing a great job of making nothing easy for Macomb. Every pass, every time dribbling down the floor, there was some sort of a deflection or a fumble, something. And this Schoolcraft defense here on the men's side is doing nearly the same thing right now, making it tough on Macomb to really get into a rhythm.
Yeah, they've been working really well in that second half of that women's game. Schoolcraft really put it on them, and they ran away with that game by over 25 points after it was just a 2-point game at halftime. Going up for it with the floater. That is good by Booker Washington.
Guys are scoring at a high clip, 53% right now, 7 of their first 13 shooting. That's Macomb type of numbers right there.
Yeah, try to be neck and neck with them.
They're doing a good job of it so far. Definitely came to play.
Holloway on Thorne. Going down low to Williams. Wanted the foul, did not get it. Trying to get up for it, short. Into the hands of Thorne.
Marlon caught that in a bad spot. He was right underneath the basket, did not have a good angle to attack the rim. But it was a good pass from Holloway to get it to him.
Now Stampley going up for it. Got a hand in there. Great defense. Going quickly down. Fishburne able to keep it. It was just a long pass by Holloway.
Ocelots ball.
As Fishburne couldn't get a good grasp on it.
Just, I mean, probably a foot ahead of Fishburne. Not the worst pass from Holloway, but he shortens up it a little more. I think Fishburne's off to the races for 2.
Glad to have you with us here on this Saturday afternoon. Alex Johnson and Tom Cavanaugh with you. Tied up at 18 here in this men's basketball game. The first game of MCCAA East play for either side. It's just a cold and snowy day over the last few days. It's taken away by Jenkins. Going to go up for it, lay it up, and lay it in.
Flying down the floor. Well done, number 1.
Always has that intensity, plays very scrappy, poking it away, and going for it on the fast break.
It's his MO as a player. He's going to knock down his threes and hit most of his shots, but it's the other parts of his game that impact the winning side for Macomb a little bit more.
Just couldn't make a good pass. Strother over down low to Thorne.
There's going to come a time in this ball game when Schoolcraft, they're going to come back down to earth shooting the basketball a little bit. Now, maybe they do what Mid-Michigan did and shoot exceptionally well for the entire game, but at some point, water's going to find its level, and it's going to be on this Macomb defense to really suffocate this Ocelot offense and make it tough for them, because we know just how good the Monarchs can be defensively.
Both teams are perfect, or they made half of their shots. They'll have the same exact field goal percentage of 50%. Right now. 2 more shot attempts for Schoolcraft, though. Hines over the Fishburne, had it swiped, but free throws are coming up after a reach-in call.
We're seeing a lot of hands here from this Schoolcraft defense, though. I don't know if it's really them being overbearing or if we're just getting a ticky-tack type of game right here. Could be either one, but right now it seems to be on that Schoolcraft side, so I'm going to favor with they're just being a little overbearing with the hams, a little too aggressive.
Yeah, you want to be able to play aggressive, but once you get into that little tap on the arm or trying to go for the ball.
And that's what Jotham Nowicki did really well last game against Edison State. Finished the game with only 2 fouls. He's had his fair share of games where he's been in foul trouble, but, I mean, he had a baller game of over 20 points, and he only had 2 fouls. That's good stuff, playing without fouling and also defending well without fouling.
And that's key as well, just being aggressive, but not getting into foul trouble, not picking up 2-3 fouls in the first half. Is able to make both free throws. Is Fishburne.
With all the fouling Schoolcraft's doing right now, there's a heightened emphasis on this free throw shooting. 7-10 to start for Macomb.
That's why they have a 4-point lead. Capitalize on most of their freebies. Thorne going up on Giddy, trying to draw a foul. He cannot. Into the hands of Jotham Nowicki on that rebound.
Unreal fight for the board by Jotham. He was battling on 2 guys, and Giddy, a little mental error that time.
I was trying to move his foot a bit to make that pass. Call for the walk. Goes back down to Schoolcraft. Head coach E.J. Harrelson in his 3rd season has done a good job of getting this program back to where it was. Oh, they were down a few years ago, but they've picked it back up over the last couple years. Thorne on Giddy. 3 to shoot. Got to get something off.
Good D from Davion. Forced him to kick it out. They didn't get it off.
That was late.
What did we say? That Macomb defense was going to start suffocating them, and boy, did they right there. That was perfect clamp down D. It started with Davion Giddy on the block. If he falters at all, they're able to get a shot up on the post with about 5 seconds to go. They had to kick it out, rotate, didn't get it off.
Yeah, they were just had their heads down. They weren't paying attention at the shot clock.
Not at all.
Macomb trying to capitalize here. Turnover number 5 for Schoolcraft.
2-3 zone defense now for Schoolcraft. They just switched to it.
We'll see how they do here as Hines misses that one from deep, and Giddy with a push-off on the rebound.
He crashed into him. It's going to be a foul 10 out of 10 times right there.
Monarchs, number 4, Davion Giddy. That's
now
his
Schoolcraft will head to the line for a 1-on-1 with Karan Williams back in.
Returning for the Monarchs, number 22, Karan Williams. He replaces Josh Hines. Bonus situation. The line for the Ocelots, number 5, Javon Walker. 1-1.
Leading scorer on this team. Shoots about 66% from the free throw line.
Front end.
Yeah, coming away empty. When you're trying to get back into this game, leaving away a couple points at the line.
Especially in close games, man. Those are the shots you got to hit, especially the front side.
Davion Giddy from deep, and it's going to force a Schoolcraft timeout. Now trailing by 7 with 7:05 to go here in this opening half.
Resilient Davion Giddy right there. Picks up a couple of fouls early in the contest. Boom, knocks down a three-pointer to kind of stymie that a little bit. I thought he was coming out after that second foul. Good thing Coach Burns left him on to nail that triple.
Able to create some separation right now for the moment, but want to keep their pedal to the metal here as we're approaching the closing moments here of this first half. I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor here for today's game, First State Bank, a community bank with nationwide ATMs and locations throughout Macomb County, Michigan, offering consumer and business banking since 1917. Visit one of their branches today. Monarchs looking to start off conference play on the right foot against the Schoolcraft team, local rival coming over from Livonia. About a 40-minute drive from here.
Yeah, definitely one of the closer teams that they play in this conference for sure.
All these teams are relatively close.
I mean, you get a good hour drive out to Mott. Port Huron, I guess that's a good about hour as well.
We got an offensive foul on Schoolcraft.
Offensive foul on the
I don't know if you want to be going out to
Booker
Jackson
Washington.
on a Tuesday afternoon, but
Team 9.
It's an hour-and-a-half drive.
I consider that to be fairly distant.
Well, once you get into the other levels, no Division III, Division II, you're playing more regional. Either on the west side or going down into Ohio, Indiana. As Joseph Nowicki gets that one to go.
Joe Nowicki.
And that's Nowicki's first basket. Now it's a 9-point Monarchs lead.
That's where their defense comes into play. Schoolcraft coming back to even keel level on their shooting.
Man-to-man. Going into Schoolcraft. Kicking it out for 3, and that one is good by Houston.
Hayden Houston for 3.
4 of 7. Both teams from three-point land right now. That's impressive.
It's been a clinic here offensively, shooting at least 50%.
You usually don't see both teams being so successful from downtown.
Working it in, Joe from Nowicki again. Picking up where he left off on Wednesday.
I call that a triple B. That's a big boy bucket right there. Went right at him, a little bit of a hook shot with some aggression. Nice job, 3.
Looking to pick up more Division I offers after we mentioned picking up one from Central Michigan after the game Wednesday night. 29-21. Driving in, kick it back up to the top. Working in is Houston, and we're going to get an offensive foul again.
Defensive rotation was perfect that time. You had help defense on both sides. Demarion Fishburne came in and helped on the near side. Jalen Jenkins did the same thing on the far side. Perfect job from Macomb, because when Schoolcraft wants to drive to the rim, they get stopped by 2 guys having to force it out, and that's where that offensive foul comes into play.
Yeah, forcing Schoolcraft to make difficult shots or get into situations like that where they turn the ball over. Monarchs trying to go up double digits. Hines floats one up to Holloway. Going to the other side, Davion Giddy. Can't get that one to drop.
It was a good find from Holloway, though. His side was protected. Davion was wide open.
Now pulling up on the other end, nothing but net. Keyshawn Johnson.
5 of 8 from deep. That's impressive.
Doing everything they can to stay within striking distance.
And you know how you do that? You hit a lot of three-pointers.
Pass over to Hines, and now he'll go to the line for 2 since they're in a double bonus now.
And that's what's keeping Schoolcraft in this ball game right now. 25 of their 29 points have come from 3-point. I'm sorry, 15 of their 29 points have come from 3-point range.
Number 5, Josh Hines.
And an impressive rate as well.
2 shots.
Only missed 3 so far. As Hines at the line for 2.
Yeah, just the number of fouls, number of times Macomb's gone to the line already. I mean, it's 1 for 3 for Schoolcraft at the free throw line, 7 of 10 for Macomb at the charity stripe. So, I mean, now it's 8 of 11, but completely different there. A lot more fouls happening on that Schoolcraft side. Macomb should have a larger lead, but because of the three-point shooting from the Ocelots, they're still in this thing, only down by a couple possessions.
We'll see if they make an adjustment here late in this first half to try to get themselves more to the line as Hines knocks down both. And it's going to be Houston coming back in.
Marlon Williams back for the Monarchs.
Houston, freshman guard at 6'4", went to Ferndale High School. Tina made it to the Division II Final Four a few years ago. He's been an impressive player here so far today. 6 points with 2 triples. 10 to work with for the Ocelots. Pulling up from the free throw line. Too strong by Cochran. Macomb in transition going up for Nowicki. And a blocked and a foul will be called on Washington.
Perfect job from Marlon Williams right there. As soon as he gets the rebound, he's gone. As he's off to the races, he's got Nowicki in front. And Schoolcraft, over the last couple possessions, have been struggling to get back in transition defense. That leads to the bailout foul on Nowicki and sent him to the line.
Thing to note here, that's 3 on Washington. As we got 4 minutes to go here in this first half. We got stoppage in play. Opening day for MCCAA East play here today. And a lot of good games around the Eastern Division. We'll dive into more of that into halftime, but
you got Mott and SC4 squaring off today. That's a great one. Henry Ford, Wayne County Community College, Jackson and OCC. Yeah, there's some good ones on tonight.
Jeremiah Robinson.
Especially looking out to that Mott SC4 game. SC4 number 8 in Division II. Mott at 11-3, trying to knock on the door receiving votes as Nowicki makes a 9-point game now.
Head coach Steve Schmidt over there at Mott always puts together a good group. They're going to be a tough team to play when Macomb sees them in a little while.
They got 20 Henry Ford, 25 OCC, both well-coached programs over there as well. Macomb will play Henry Ford Wednesday night. As a hook shot is good by Thorne.
Yeah, Giddy with 2 fouls right there. He's got to play a little more timid on defense. Did just enough, but definitely did not want to risk a 3rd foul there.
Second basket of the game for the sophomore out of Canton. Now Josh Hines trying to direct through traffic, cannot. Passes it around. Going in, stopping is Nowicki. Short on the lay-in is Holloway. Jotham gets the rebound, gets it back up and in.
That's what it looks like when you don't give up on a play. One of your guys misses a bunny. Jotham was right there for the second offensive rebound to put it in. That's playing beyond the whistle right there.
Another timeout taken by Schoolcraft. We'll take one with them. They'll take a full timeout with 2:59 to go in the half. Macomb up 35-26. We'll be back for the conclusion of this half right here on the Macomb Athletics Network. Got to be happy for Coach Christopher Burns right now. His team up by 9 against a scrappy Schoolcraft team. Just hungry for a victory here. Trying to knock off the number 4 team in the NGCAA Division II.
When it comes to scoring in this game, both teams dead even. 10 of 19 from the field for both squads. 5 of 8 from deep for Schoolcraft. 4 of 8 for Macomb. But the difference has been the fouls from Schoolcraft sending Macomb to the line.
In the offensive board after that missed shot by Schoolcraft. Working it around. That 3 ball is good. Once again, Javon Walker.
Javon Walker for 3.
It's a big shot to get yourself back in the game. What a hot start for Schoolcraft in this one. And yet Macomb is still doing everything necessary on the defensive side, a pushing tempo, making shots too.
Giddy could not answer back. Walker has 8 points now. He leads all Ocelot scorers. Got 2 and 10 to go here in this opening half. Working it now, Walker again. He draws a foul on Nowicki.
Fouls on the Monarchs, number 3, Joe Nowicki.
I think that was the adjustment that was made from the Schoolcraft team. They kind of saw what Macomb was doing, going to the rim hard, forcing the issue on the foul, pushing tempo as well. And now they're starting to reap the benefits.
Javon Walker shooting 2.
Got to be able to do that to keep this game close. Only 3 free throws compared to 14 from Macomb.
Back on the floor for the Monarchs. Malachi
We saw that in the women's game where Macomb was struggling to get to the line, and Schoolcraft had 19 free throws in that game. And
yeah, that was a huge difference. Both teams doing a nice job right now of not turning the ball over, except Schoolcraft with 7, Macomb with 3. Still a fairly decently low total for a first half.
35-31. Working it now is Hines. Back up, trying to get a pick from Holloway to create some room. Gives it off to Malachi Irving. Holloway, high elbow, kicks it out. Marlon Williams, in and out. Rebound picked up by Malachi Irving, and gets it in for 2.
Irving.
They're doing everything to be able to keep this lead. Malachi Irving crashing the boards, going in for that offensive rebound and getting the putback. So well done. You can't teach that type of stuff.
Walker spinning, firing, misses. Wall rebound into the hands of Marlon Williams. Out to Hines. Trying to take it himself, go up for it, no. Cannot get a foul as he falls to the deck. Slow to get up. Working it now, Houston.
Got to watch Javon Walker if you're Malachi Irving. Guard him up.
Thorne in trouble, kicks it out. 15 to work with for Schoolcraft, trailing by 6. Walker fades away, short. Into the hands of Malachi Irving. Working it around Nowicki, out to Williams. Nothing but net.
What a start for Marlon. 3 of 4 from downtown. 9 total points right now.
A 6-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Williams has been hot here so far. 3 of 5 from the field, 3 of 4 from downtown. Shot clock at 10. Houston with a round. Up there's Brigham. Difficult shot, can't get anything. Gets it up and 1. Jeremiah Robinson into the game. And an and 1 opportunity with 9 seconds to go. And that's tough there with 2 on the shot clock as well.
100%. I mean, that was a great defensive possession for 99% of it. Davion Giddy guarded that short corner jumper very well, but it was a defensive breakdown down low. You allow that offensive rebound, and the and 1 comes quickly.
So 1 shot coming up for Robinson. Gets it to go. 40-34. Cochran will come on in, which will most likely be the last possession.
I think so, yeah, barring a turnover. This is going to be a full court press here from Schoolcraft. Got to get this ball in and move it up the floor quickly.
Got to get a shot off here with 3 seconds. Jenkins going up for it. Out to Hines. Will he get it off? No, he will not.
That's Jenkins' shot right there. He tried to pass it off one more time. He's got to take that last one with about 3 seconds to play.
But the Monarchs will head into the locker room up 40-34 at halftime. Both teams were on a clinic offensively, shooting nearly 50% from the field. And that's how Schoolcraft's staying in this game. The Monarchs, we talked about, working perfectly in every aspect, but Schoolcraft shooting is making this close.
And Macomb's shooting just about as well. They've made one less three-point shot. They've made the same number of field goals as well. So both teams playing about the same. The reason that Macomb has that advantage is, number one, the free throws and all the smaller things that are between the lines in this game right now, whether it's crashing the boards for offensive rebounds leading to a second opportunity, whether it's running the floor in transition, getting the Schoolcraft defense behind them to allow more fouls. It's been a great game so far for Macomb. They've done everything correctly, but it's Schoolcraft that is hot on their tails because of how well they're shooting the ball. If this was any other team that they had played over the last 4 or 5, maybe 6 games, it'd be a lot different of a story right now. But we're going to have a great barn burner of a second half, Alex. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to go over some quick numbers here. Leading score for Schoolcraft, Javon Walker with 10. Over at Macomb side, you got Marlon Williams, 9 points on 3 of 4 shooting from downtown. Joseph Nowicki with 8. And then he got Josh Hines with 6 points. And other guys sprinkling in a couple of points here and there. But just been a good work around effort here, and I'm looking forward to this second half.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got 40 points evenly distributed amongst the entire team. Luan Holloway's the only scoreless one that has seen the floor. But nobody's in double figures, and you've got 40 points. So that's a good sign that everybody's contributing right now. Nobody, I think Hines is having a struggle of a day so far. He's 1 of 6 from the field. But we know all about Josh Hines in the second half. So I think in this second, he's only got 6 points right now. That's what he had against Edison. He finished with 21. We will see what the point guard captain can do with this team and the rest of the group. Also, Marlon Williams shooting the lights out early on.
Yes, absolutely. Can't agree. I can agree with you with that, Tom. Looking forward to this second half. We're going to step aside. When that clock hits 0, the second half's going to start. It's a 40-34 advantage for your Macomb Monarchs over the Schoolcraft Ocelots. We'll be back for the second half. And my partner Tom Cowan and Alex Johnson on the call. We'll be back after this here on the Macomb Athletics Network.
Teams will be here at the Sports and Expo Center as they welcome in the Hawks of Henry Ford Community College. Tip-off next Wednesday evening for the women will be 5:30, followed by the men at 7:30. Again, that's next Wednesday night here at home versus the Hawks of Henry Ford Community College. And after next Wednesday's home game, both teams will be on their longest stretches of the season as they're away from the friendly confines of the Sports and Expo Center here at Macomb College. Next Saturday, both teams will hit the road as they travel to Flint to take on the Bears of Mott Community College. Tip-off for the women next Saturday, January 18th, is 1 o'clock, followed by the men at 3. Again, that's next Saturday on the road in Flint, January 18th. Mott Community College, women at 1, men at 3. Be sure to visit MacombMonarchs.com for all information on where Mott Community College Arena is located and all other information that you need. MacombMonarchs.com. Another word for one of our sponsors, Burns Quality Auto Sales. At Burns Quality Auto Sales, they're in the business of selling cars. Everyone at Burns Quality Auto Sales is ready to make the car shopping and car buying experience fast, friendly, and easy. They've helped hundreds of customers get behind the wheel of a newer, reliable, quality used vehicle, and they can certainly help you too. So, they're located in Mount Clemens at 267 southbound Gratiot Avenue. Burns offers a convenient location to serve the region with like-new, well-maintained vehicles for all types of shoppers and budgets. They have an amazing inventory of cars, SUVs, pickups for you to choose from and help you find a great vehicle for you and your family. Let them help you find the perfect first car for that new driver in your family or a luxurious touring vehicle for your retirement. No matter what you're shopping for, Burns will help you find it. Stop in and speak with one of their dedicated sales professionals today and find out how close your next vehicle really can be. Call Burns at 586-571-9063 or visit them online at burnsqualityautosales.com. Our Monarchs fans continuing into January's road trip, Wednesday, January 22nd. Both teams will be in Port Huron to take on the currently 9th-ranked women's and 8th-ranked men's skippers of St. Clair County Community College. Tip-off for women on Wednesday, January 22nd, 5:30. Men at 7:30. Again, the Monarchs are on the road in Port Huron at SC4, Wednesday, January 22nd. Also like to thank a couple more of our sponsors here at Macomb Monarchs Basketball. Al's Furniture and Appliances, located at 15200 Houston, Whittier Street in Detroit. You can call Al's Furniture at 313-526-2400. We also like to thank Abe's Pharmacy, which is located here in Warren at 13760 East 12 Mile Road. You can call them at 586-466-0114 or visit them online at abesdrug.com. Again, the Abe's Pharmacy, 586-466-0114 or online at abesdrug.com. Mike, is that right? It's our ball coming out. Monarchs fans, don't forget, for all your favorite Monarchs teams, live game feeds, schedules, player profiles, stats, highlight videos, and so much more. Be sure to visit MacombMonarchs.com. Again, live game feeds, schedules, player profiles, and so much more. Visit MacombMonarchs.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Get ready to start the second half between Macomb and Schoolcraft here in this men's basketball game. The first game of MCCAA East play, 40-34 lead for your Monarchs over the Ocelots of Schoolcraft College. Alongside my buddy and partner Tom Cavanaugh, I'm Alex Johnson. Thank you for tuning in and spending your Saturday afternoon with us as we're now into the most important part of the season, conference play, the MCCAA East, one of the top leagues in the NJCAA Division II and in Region 12. I want to take a look at some of the other scores from around the league here today, and as we get a good idea of what's going to come is next month and a half for Macomb.
Yeah, I mean, when you look up and down this conference, we've talked about it throughout the last couple of weeks. There are 4 teams within this conference ranked inside the top 25. It's going to be a gauntlet all year long, and we have some good games as well that went through today that are still in the process at halftime or starting the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Oakland Community College playing Jackson right now. They're up big, 52-29. Game we're looking at, Mott and Schoolcraft. Mott having an early lead over Schoolcraft in that second half, 46-41. And Wayne County at Henry Ford. Henry Ford up by 8. That's who Macomb will play next Wednesday night. You know, just late in that first half of that one. But going back here to this one here, this has been a really good battle between two teams that have really shot the ball well and near 50% clinic. You know, Schoolcraft has been really a little bit better from behind the long line compared to the Monarchs. You know, they're able to do everything well defensively, but that shooting by Schoolcraft is keeping them in it, and only a 2-possession game as ready to drop the ball here in the second half.
Yeah, looking up and down this halftime stat sheet right here, everything's pretty darn even. The only thing that I see that's a difference is Macomb has 9 points off of turnovers. Schoolcraft has a big goose egg in that category. Macomb only turned the ball over 3 times in that first half. Very clutch, and it was 7 turnovers for Schoolcraft that made a big difference. If Macomb can continue to stay consistent shooting the basketball and play their defense the way they have been, they'll be just fine. But I have no doubts that this is going to be a grind of a second half because both these teams are very good, and Javon Walker for Schoolcraft needs to be limited.
There we go, Demarion Fishburne able to take it to the cup on Walker.
And watch out for number 5. There's other supporting cast guys on this team, but he's #1 priority for this Macomb defense.
And out here is Washington. Get it down to Thorne on Jotham Nowicki. And they're going to call him for an arm, and Nowicki doesn't like the call.
Fouls on the Monarchs, number 3, Joe Nowicki.
That is his 4th. He's got to go.
Yeah, he'll probably be out here for a majority of the second half. And the whistle didn't call, so Nowicki has to stay out on the floor. So it was just 5-on-4 for a moment.
Lucky to get out of that possession without a bucket from Schoolcraft right there.
Missed by Marlon Williams from deep. And now he can come off the floor.
By the Ocelots. Davion Giddy returns for the
Davion Giddy.
He replaces Joe Nowicki.
Able to come in and be a nice backup here in a spot like this with Nowicki with 4 fouls.
Yeah, not a bad guy to be able to step in.
Marlon.
Nice shot by Marlon. He's continuing to stay red hot in this ball game.
He's done his job. He has 11 so far. Now he leads all scores at the moment. Walker on the doorstep with 10 for Schoolcraft. And it's a double-digit lead for the Monarchs. Largest lead of the game and the first time we've seen a double-digit lead on either side.
Great defense from Davion Giddy. I just got that to go in.
Marshall Thorne.
He was straight up with it, didn't even think about fouling right there. Sometimes they make the basket over you. It happens.
Yeah, that size at 6'7" of Marshall Thorne is tough. Getting right out there at 6'8". Getting away is Hines, and he'll go to the line.
And Josh a little bit frustrated right now. You can just see it on his face. Also because he's 1 of 6 shooting. But he needed that. Go to the line, knock down a few free throws. He is 4 of 5 from the line. That's where most of his points have come from today. But sometimes, I mean, they're doing a great job. They know Josh Hines is the #1 priority for this or for their defense to be able to stop Macomb, and they've done a nice job of it so far. But I mean, Josh is going to find a way to get his points, whether it's at the line, whether it's from three-point range. He's such a dynamic player that you can't really limit him too often.
Yeah, you can't let him write him off, from that first half and only shooting 1 of 6 on the floor, because we've seen him heat up, like in the last game against Edison State.
It was that possession right there, minus the foul, that Schoolcraft, I mean, they continue to do a really nice job of defending him at the top of the key.
They're going to work on trying to keep him in check, trailing by 10. We'll see if their shooting keeps going. 12 on the shot clock. Going for it is Washington. Gets that one up over Marlon Williams.
Yeah, active hands from Marlon. Almost had a takeaway earlier in that possession.
Back to an 8-point game. Over 2 here in the second half. Williams, Hines. All in the corner. Working it down low. Williams posting up on Washington. Double team. Gets Jenkins on the back door. Able to get it up and in.
Jenkins.
Just snuck by him with the left hand. Well done.
I like those kind of plays. Rebound picked up after the missed shot by Walker. Going to be on the floor, though. And that one is going to be on Fishburne.
Number 2, Demarion Fishburne, his first team second.
One of the first one from him today as Karan Williams checks back into the ball game.
And nobody really else in foul trouble besides Jotham. With that 4 he has, only Irving and Giddy with 2 apiece. Everybody else has 1 or none.
Schoolcraft just beats the 5 count. Hines goes to the bench. 13 on the shot clock. And we got a foul away from the ball now on Karan.
Fouls on the Monarchs, number 22, Karan Williams, his first, team third.
48-38. Monarchs in the driver's seat right now. Schoolcraft trying to keep it within striking distance. Washington fading away. That one goes in. Rolls into the hoop.
This entire second half, Schoolcraft has been throwing the inside pass on the block and letting their bigs work in the paint. They've done a nice job of it so far.
9 points for the freshman out of Detroit. Looking up, and that one is blocked. What a play by Washington. Jenkins was denied that opportunity. Short on the land is Cochran, and we got a foul.
I don't know where that foul is on Giddy. He was away from that original play. Maybe on the offensive rebound or the defensive rebound they were trying to get.
He replaces Marlon Williams.
Now you got to keep an eye on Davion Giddy with 3 fouls. Can't afford to lose him. As well as Nowicki, who has 4. Holloway in now.
That jump.
Jump ball.
Yep, that's the right call.
Possession.
You didn't want to be too aggressive to pick up a foul because it's already 4-1 in fouls already for Macomb.
And Jenkins did just enough to tie it up. Now possession arrow favors Macomb.
Only 5 seconds. Thorne on Holloway. Got to get a shot off. And that one's going to be late.
Mental mistake once again.
Shot clock
It's the second time now Schoolcraft has just had no clue what the shot clock is. It's leaving possessions off the board for them.
You got to be able to just have the awareness of just taking a look at the clock. And
even if it's not a player on the floor, Alex, head coach, assistant coach, somebody on the bench needs to be screaming, put that ball up.
Fishburne from the top of the key. No. Into the hands of Karan Williams. Nice tap over by Holloway to set that one up.
Lawan Holloway affected that play a lot.
Yeah, those are the little plays that will get yourself another opportunity like that. Walker in trouble. It's in down. Is Jenkins on the floor? And a timeout will be taken by Coach Christopher Burns.
More defensive prowess from this Macomb team. They get the strip away from Javon Walker. Jenkins gets on the floor for it. And Lawan Holloway played great defense there. They had to switch on the screen, and Lawan stepped up quickly to front that man with the ball, and it led to the turnover.
Only up by 10 now with 15:45 to go here in this ball game. Macomb just trying to just be able to just work through it now with Nowicki with 4 fouls, Giddy with 3. Trying to be smart here the rest of the way. Want to give a shout out to First State Bank, our sponsor for today's game, a community bank with nationwide ATMs and locations throughout Macomb County, Michigan, offering consumer and business banking since 1917. Visit one of their branches today.
2 weeks from today, Saturday, January 25th in Auburn Hills.
Both teams want to be able to start on the right foot in conference play.
Battle the 25th ranked Owls at 3 o'clock.
This is
Women right before that at 1
crucial
p.m.
part of the season that you're going to be doing the rest of the way. And once you get into the MCCAA playoffs and the district playoffs in Region 12 in late February, early March, want to be in the right position. Because these games are going to be gauntlets.
Every single one of them. Every single play within this conference. It's like the Big Ten. It's like the SEC, ACC. Same sort of thing. Every game means so much because there's so many good teams that when it gets down to it towards the end of the year, the winner of this conference in the regular season is going to be separated by 1 or 2 games. Nobody's really going to run away with it because of how good SC4, Henry Ford, and OCC really are.
You got to be able to want to be the best. You got to compete and win over the best. And that's what you got to do here in this conference. Starts right now. Fishburne needs to get out of it. Pulling up for 3. That one missed off the top by Holloway. Down on the floor. We got a whistle and a foul.
There's Jalen Jenkins again. One of the smallest guys on the floor right now is able to go. He's 6'2", and he's grabbing that rebound over a couple of 6'5", 6'7" guys. That's what we're talking about when we say not only the defensive prowess, but also just the fight for an offensive and a defensive rebound. We saw Malachi Irving crash the boards hard back in the first half for an extra 2 points, and Jenkins just won them an extra chance at a bucket here.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that go a long way.
Oh, my.
That missed by Fishburne. Ball out of the hands of Holloway, but we're going to say off of Schoolcraft. Looked like Holloway, on my eyes,
I'm with
touched
you
it
there,
last.
I'm right there with you.
And now Schoolcraft wants to take a timeout. We're going to take a break with them. 15-18 to go in the game. It'll be a full timeout. We'll be back after this.
After that long road trip in January, the Monarchs will finally return back here at home on Wednesday, January 29th, as they'll host the Wildcats of Wayne County Community College. Tip-off for the women on Wednesday, the 29th, is 5:30. Men at 7:30. Again, that's back here at home after a long road trip. Wednesday, January 29th.
Getting back into action. Macomb up 50-40 over Schoolcraft. As Macomb has it underneath their own basket. And we got another whistle.
Yeah. Once again, too overbearing. That time was Cameron Strother.
Number 4, Cameron Strother, his second, team third.
Macomb's doing a nice job as well, trying to throw that inside pass on the block, but Monarchs have not fouled on that. Strother did right there. It's the third chance at a bucket here for Macomb on this very possession.
Fishburne over Strother. Can't get that one to drop. Foul going down the floor.
That's going to be on
Fouls
Fishburne.
On the Monarchs, number 2, Demarion Fishburne. His second, team fifth. Josh Hines and Marlon Williams.
Subs coming in on both
Monarchs.
sides. So far in this second half, 3 of 6 from the field for Schoolcraft, 4 of 10 for Macomb. But it's a double-digit lead for the Monarchs. Now it is Washington, the high post, driving down. Wanted to travel where there was Strover, did not get a call. Instead, it's going to be a free-for-line jumper for Booker Washington.
He's having a game. Booker's playing well.
He's been doing his job. He has 11 now. Macomb just trying to slow it down here. Holloway on Thorne, spinning.
Oh!
Gets it up and in.
Go on, Holloway.
That's a crucial basket.
He put him in a spin zone right there. Attaboy, 2-4.
Back up 10. Johnson holding it, going down. Thorne kicking out for 3. Nothing but net. Keyshawn Johnson.
7 of 10 is incredible from three-point range. 70%, man. They're just not missing. They're not missing from deep.
Hines going the other way. Gets hacked, trying to do a double clutch. No. Well, the whistle is called, and the foul will be called on Schoolcraft.
Schoolcraft, sorry, Alex. I know both teams have a lot of offensive rebounds, both have even rebounds, but 7 offensive rebounds here from Macomb have led to extra baskets. And that one right there, Hines should never be able to get his own rebound. Hines at 6'2", a $165 right there. There are multiple guys at 6'6" or higher on the floor right there for Schoolcraft. That cannot happen, but Josh is able to get shots at the line.
Yeah, those are just the collapses that makes the head coach goes crazy.
Because those are baskets that can impact the game, you know.
As Hines set to go.
And it's more free throws from Macomb as well. 15 of 18, good for 83% from the line today. That's sharp.
Yeah, making the most out of your free throws. 54-45 now. Washington, a long three by Johnson. How did he make that?
Deacon Johnson for three.
I didn't know the Golden State Warriors stepped into the building today. My goodness.
They were just here on Thursday night.
You're right. A little lingering action. Maybe Schoolcraft took a team field trip.
They just been on a roll. Blocked again.
Yeah, no contact there is crazy.
Washington thought about it, pump faked. Johnson again, he's going to pull one up. Short that time. Holloway trying to hold on to it. He does. Macomb going quickly down the floor. Williams will go to the line.
Keep it going. I know Josh didn't get the call on the last time he went strong to the rim, but Karan follows it up on the very next possession and gets a call. Continue to put pressure on Schoolcraft here and let those fouls continue to mount.
At the line for the Monarchs.
And that's
Number 22,
4 on
Karan
Booker
Williams.
Washington.
2 shots.
You got Javon Walker with 3, as you mentioned, 4 for Washington, and you got 3 other guys, Kimbrough, Johnson, and Stroh. They're all with 2 apiece. You're going to play defense differently when you have 3 or 4 fouls. We've seen Davion Giddy in the post. Early in the game, he was very aggressive. A couple possessions here in the second half, because he has 3 fouls, he's playing a little softer. And I think Jotham Nowicki being out of the game for a large majority of these first 7-8 minutes has also played a role in Schoolcraft's success shooting the basketball and their post game as well.
Yeah, no, he only has 1 foul left, and you can't afford to, if he fouls out there, losing him for last 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah, you save him for the final 6 minutes, probably, maybe last 8 minutes of the contest. But it's going to be good for him to play with 4 fouls once again and really just have to learn how to play with 4 fouls, defend without fouling. He did a nice job of that, as we mentioned, against Edison earlier this week.
Working it in. Back out top here is Brigham. Holden Brigham now going up tier. Too much on that one by Strother. They get their own rebound. Only 5 on the shot clock. That one goes off Giddy.
But Josh Hines, he's going to have to play exceptional defense this last 12 minutes on Keyshawn Johnson, 4 of 6 from three-point range. That's where all 12 of his points have come from.
Only 4 on the shot clock for Schoolcraft. Can't have another mental lapse. They do get it off this time. Won't convert. I don't think it hit the rim.
Nope.
They didn't stop the play, but doesn't matter. Williams for 3. Got it! Marlon Williams once again. He now has 14.
4th three-pointer from Marlon.
On a clinic here so far.
Good defense by Lawan Holloway. Coach loves it.
10 on the shot clock, trying to get into it again. Tips it out of bounds.
Sorry, Alex, I get real fired up when I see good defense. Three-pointers made, good buckets at the rim, everything, that's great. But defense taking charges, that effort and energy part of the basketball, that's what really juices me up a little bit. We saw that from Holloway. We're seeing that right now from Marlon getting a hand in there.
That's what you got to do here. Macomb has their largest lead. Thorne going into it on Holloway, and that one is good.
Marshall Thorne.
That's too easy there for Thorne. Miscommunication for sure as he kind of controlled the entire possession there.
Looking at for him now, he now has 8 in the ball game. Malachi Irving getting into traffic. He gets that one to go.
Another big boy bucket right there. Strong with the right hand.
Almost taken away by Jenkins. Driving baseline. To Strother. Brigham almost lost it going over and back. They're able to regroup now. 10 on the clock. Thorne. Holloway, tight defense. Back out to Johnson.
Jeez.
And he has just been on a roll from downtown.
DeMarion's going to check in right here to guard him. Somebody needs to pick up number 3. He's 5 of 7 from triple range.
61-53. Holloway driving in. And that one goes out of bounds.
Lost out of bounds.
Misplayed on that pass. You should have passed it off to a guard. And with
Fishburne
him at
returns for
6'7",
your
he should be
Monarchs.
down low.
Yeah, it was a tough spot right there, trying to really navigate that to the corner. Had some active hands in the way, and he had to influence the pass by putting it as high as possible and just a tad bit too tall. This is also Keyshawn Johnson's best game by far from three-point range. The most he's ever hit in a game before this, he was 2 of 5 against Kalamazoo Valley CC back in November. So, I mean, unconscious right now for Keyshawn for Schoolcraft. Hasn't done this all season.
Team 6.
Fishburne just picked up his 3rd foul.
As soon as he got in, too.
16 fouls for Macomb. As can't get anything on that one is Johnson. Williams up to Hines. Trying to get it off to Marlin, but tipped out of play by Schoolcraft.
Heard a lot of contact on that one. I think Hines thinks he's going to the line.
He replaces Marlon Williams.
Instead, it's just out of play.
Almost at the halfway point of this second half. Fishburne got to get it up. They do. Back up at the top of the key. Irving, push off on Kimbrough. Jenkins going to take it now. Got it blocked. Schoolcraft going quickly down the floor. And he's going to get a foul called on Jenkins.
I felt like they pinched that basket from Jenkins up on the rim. That could have been goaltending. Not enough of a response from the Macomb side to to maybe influence the call, but there was definitely a foul on this end with some contact on Brigham.
2 shots.
He's looking for his first points. He's from Augusta, Georgia, standing at 5'10" as a guard. Schoolcraft as a team from the free throw line, not really strong, just 55%. Second free throw is good, so he makes both. 61-55. Jenkins with Johnson guarding him. Working down Fishburne, cutting in, working it around is Karan Williams. Going up for it to Malachi Irving, gets in, it's a poked. And they're going to call a foul on Thorne.
There's probably 2 or 3 times on that possession where contact could have been whistled, but they finally get it there as Irving drives to the rim. I love these dribble drives from Irving, from Fishburne, from Jenkins, from Hines, everybody. Karan Williams involved as well.
Going to be inbound onto the Williams. And going to be an offensive foul. He's used his elbow to bring down Johnson. It's Karan Williams.
Karan Williams. His second.
And Coach Burns is going to take a timeout. Just a 6-point game with 9:29 to go in the game.
Full timeout.
That's a tough call right there. Obviously, Coach Burns on the floor arguing his point as to why that was a flop instead of an actual charge. He just gave him a little bit of contact, but as a defender, if you sell that really well, you can get that call a decent amount of the time. Not a majority of the time, a fair amount of the time you'd be able to get that call. And it works out perfectly in Schoolcraft's favor. Alex, we got ourselves a contest again. This was an 11-point game just a minute ago, and Schoolcraft finding their 3-point shot continuously throughout this game, and they're doing what's necessary on the defensive end to make it tough on Macomb to keep them at arm's length.
Yeah, 9 of 15 from behind the long line for Schoolcraft. And, they're a little bit down on the rebounds, trailing by 3, 22-19. The turnovers also been really solid and over both sides. Macomb with only 5, Schoolcraft with 9. But just some of the things to break down here on why these teams have been playing really methodical here throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, I mean, almost every single stat besides the free throws are dead even. I mean, I know same amount of three-pointers attempted. Schoolcraft's got 3 more. Schoolcraft's made 1 more shot on the same amount of attempts, 20 of 40 for the Ocelots. And the big difference is the 17 of 20 from the free throw line for Macomb. Schoolcraft has not done a good job today of defending without fouling, and it's led to a lot of extra points that has given Macomb this 6-point advantage at this point in the game, just under 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is going to be really crucial how Schoolcraft can able to get back into this game. You got Jenkins, Karan Williams, you got Fishburne. You got Hines and Irving on the floor. 15 on the shot clock. Going down low is Thorne. Blocked there by Irving.
Tomahawk.
Impressive work. Out to Jenkins. Clock under 9. Let's pass over. Fishburne going to dribble now. Looking for someone to hand it off to. Needs to get somebody. He does. Malachi Irving dribble driving. Going up. Gets hacked. No call. Loose on the ground. Going to be picked up out of bounds by Schoolcraft.
Stays with the Monarchs on the baseline.
This is a gritty battle right now. Both teams all over the floor. Physical game at this point. Every possession, every point means the most.
Going out there for 3. That one is good by Fishburne.
Tamarian Fishburne.
Had his foot on the line on the last one. Not that time.
64-55. Short on that one is Kimbrough. Macomb going quickly up. Irving. In and out. Hines going to take it himself. And he's going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. That foul's going to be picked up by Johnson.
That worked.
Is third.
Irving had Karan Williams on the left side wide open. He elected, I don't even think he saw him, as he turned, all of his body went towards our camera here and kicked it to the right side, the near side, but Karan was on that far side wide open. And how about Demarion Fishburne, knocking down that three-pointer, coming right back to get himself a rebound and advances the pass up very quickly to set up these free throws.
I see Joe from Nowicki back in.
What do we say? Last 6-8 minutes.
Joe Nowicki.
This is his time right here.
Yep, he just has to be careful. That's the main thing.
He replaces Jalen Jenkins.
One more foul and he is out of the ball game. Macomb back up by 10. Make that 11 after both free throws go down by Hines.
10 of 11 from the line for Josh Hines. When you silence him, shooting the basketball from the field, he's 1 of 8. He's going to come through with the line and find a way to get a whistle and finish.
Second in scoring for Macomb here tonight as Thorne going to get that one out of bounds off the Monarchs.
Yeah, you know a guy's a special player when he goes 1 for 8 from the field, but yet he's still second on your team with a dozen points. That's impressive.
Yeah, no one's really had an explosion offensively, even though we had Marlon Williams with 14, but going after 20, 30 points. It's that one short by Johnson. Fishburne had the rebound, tipped around, and now Malachi Irving gets bumped, and he'll shoot 1-and-1.
It's a good sell right there from Irving, just like we talked about it on the other side with the offensive foul from Macomb. Schoolcraft selling that charge. Malachi got bumped, let out a little a little yell a bit. Got the ref to call that right there.
Javon Walker at the scores table to check in at the next whistle after Irving missed the free throw. Ball down on the ground.
Look at Fishburne.
Yeah, able to get up for Irving. And he's going to go to the line again.
That entire play is because of Demarion Fishburne right there. He was at half court. You had Jotham Nowicki kicking over the ball with 2 or 3 other Ocelots. Demarion comes right in, gets his hands in there, pops the ball out. Malachi is able to go to the rim and go to the line.
Incredible. No, getting down there from where you were originally.
It's these hustle plays from this Macomb team that is influencing this game and giving them a lead. Now it's going to be on Irving here to knock down some free throws to extend this lead.
Javon Walker. And number 11,
Javon Walker also back. He's got himself those 3 fouls. He's going to have to play pretty cautious.
Andrew Kimbrough.
We'll be extra cautious. Will be Nowicki, of course. We mentioned that a lot. Can't emphasize that. Well, I say it a lot, but it's true.
Marlon
Williams comes back in for Irving after splitting the pair.
Malachi Irving.
67-55, 7:42 to go in the ball game.
You got Marlon Williams guarding up on Javon Walker. Keyshawn Johnson out of the ball game at the moment.
Around here, as that one is going to be Strother. Walker on the wing, guarded by Marlon Williams, gets a screen by Jeremiah Robinson, who also checked in. Robinson, the corner, working around. 5 on the shot clock. Driving, stepping back, shooting, and missing is Walker.
Good defense right there again.
Karan Williams from Josh Hines, nothing but net. What a swish by Karan Williams. And the lead continues to mount up for the Monarchs.
Got to keep the intensity up.
Beanham, free throw line jumper, in and out. Getting up for it is Thorne, gets on the putback.
That was good position
Marshall
right there from number 22 there. It was Marshall Thorne. He was able to box out Fishburne enough to be able to get that offensive board.
Getting out for 3, missing. Nowicki with the rebound. Gonna take it himself, kicks it back out. Fishburne, top of the key, you bet. Demarion Fishburne for the top of the key. And Macomb now up by 16.
Couple of threes changes the game right there, Alex. They've been playing consistently well defensively. They've been going to the rim. They've been getting fouled. But when you put together a Karan 3 and a Demarion 3 right there, bang, that's a 16-point lead. Well done from Macomb over the last couple of possessions.
And a timeout taken by Schoolcraft. This game has changed a lot. Macomb has a comfortable 16-point lead with 6:13 to go. We'll be back for the finish right here on the Macomb Athletics Network.
Our Monarchs fans, don't forget, next Wednesday, January 15th, both the women's and men's teams will be back here at home at the Sports and Expo Center as they welcome in the Hawks of Henry Ford Community College. Tip-off here at home next Wednesday. Women 5:30, followed by the men at 7:30. Again, that's this coming next Wednesday night here at home versus the Hawks of Henry Ford Community College. And don't forget to go to MacombMonarchs.com for all your live game feeds, schedules, player profiles, stats, highlight videos, and so much more. That's MacombMonarchs.com.
What a ball game for the Monarchs. They have really pushed themselves in a really great position here. 6 minutes to go, up by 16. A couple of free balls from Karan Williams and Fishburne. Shooting now at 49% from the field. Schoolcraft running out of time. They've been neck and neck with Macomb all game long.
Keyshawn Johnson with 5 3-pointers, still out of the ball game at this point.
Rebound miss. It's a collapse there defensively as Cameron Strother gets the easy deuce.
That was Holloway and Fishburne both going for the ball at the same time. Neither could corral the rebound. Still got to keep the intensity up. Way more than enough time for Schoolcraft to hit a few big shots.
Holloway, that side, ball loose. In the corner, Williams needs to pass out to somebody.
At 7 seconds.
Pulling up for 3 is Holloway. After just put that one up with not much time left.
Oh!
A block there by Holloway, but it's backed up again by Strother.
I thought he just had the best 2 possessions right there on a knockdown 3 to extend the lead and then a rejection. Dang. Sorry, my bad.
No problem, man. 76-61. He has the ball now.
I'm telling you, the defensive possessions, they just get me a little extra juiced up.
Going up here, looking for somebody. 10 on the shot clock. He's going to pull up for 3 again. Too long on that one, out of bounds. Only 6 on the shot clock for the Monarchs.
Checking in.
I mean, if they were going to leave him open for it, you just hit one, why not take it? But
he replaces Cameron Strother.
Might have been able to find a better shot there, whether it's dribble drive for a mid-range. Luan has shown his ability to shoot that 3-pointer, though.
We've seen a few of those here this season. 3 on the clock for Fishburne. So much contact, and they do get a foul called.
Fouls on the Ocelots, number
And 2 free
22.
throws coming up.
Marshall Thorne, that's his third.
I think that's been the biggest
Team
difference
10.
in this game, Alex. I mean, when you look up and down just the average or the percentages for both teams, they're
At the
fairly
free throw
even
line
from
for the
three-point
Monarchs.
range and from the
Number
field.
2,
But the thing
Ryan
that we've
Fishburne.
harped on since the beginning of the first first 10
One
minutes of
shot
the game,
remaining.
already up until the final 5 minutes, has been the free throws, the amount of times this team is going to the rim and getting fouled, putting the pressure on Schoolcraft's defense and making them foul a ton.
And that's been the difference maker. You know, hacking yourselves, getting yourself to the line, go a long way. Misfired on that one by Washington. Fishburne going up the floor. Holloway almost lost it, working around, out of bounds.
That's a dangerous pass always. When you're trying to go across the paint there and he's trying to go from one block to the other, there's usually some traffic in there and balls can be deflected. Holloway had a lane to go up with that ball strong as well.
And we got a foul away from the ball. And it's going to be
Fouls
on
the Ocelots,
Brigham.
number 2, Holden Brigham, that's his third.
And now Fishburne will go to the line.
Bonus situation. At the stripe, Demarion Fishburne. 2 shots.
So we will be back in action on Wednesday as free throws good for Fishburne against Henry
The
Ford.
Ocelots, number 23, Real
We'll
Cochran.
then play at 5:30 minutes, 7:30.
Can't wait for those games. And there's going to be some battles.
Henry Ford, number 20 on the men's side. They're taking on Wayne County Community College today. They have been one of the top teams. It's been a little bit of a rivalry as Henry Ford's been near the top with Macomb in the MCCAA East standings the last few years. Joe from the wiki for 3, all alone.
Perfect ball rotation. Holloway to Giddy to Nowicki in the corner. Couldn't have executed it any better right there. 11th three-pointer made in the game for Macomb.
Misfired again, the cold spell now. Real Cochran and Schoolcraft coming back down to earth a little.
We said it was going to happen. Water was going to find its level at some point. And Macomb kept the defense up. And Lawan Holloway keeping the buckets coming in the paint.
And this has skyrocketed to a 23-point game. Just got cold at not the right time. And it's going to be a 1-and-1 for Schoolcraft here with 3:09 to go. We're going to have Cameron House come into the game and Malachi Irving.
Monarchs number 4, Davion Giddy, that's his fourth.
Yeah, we were talking about Giddy playing with 3. As you just heard over the public address there, that's 4 for DG.
Washington.
But he'll stay in the game.
1-1.
And with 3:09 left and the lead at hand.
And how about Jotham coming in and playing well with 4 fouls? He was in there for the last 5 minutes, multiple plays defensively, had a nice three-pointer in the corner, and he did it without fouling at all. That's just showing the growth of him as a player.
Yeah, especially when you want to get to that next level, or it's at Central Michigan or somewhere else. Want to compete at a high level as that one's turned over. Going up for it is Washington. Can't get it. Good defense by Williams.
Irving trying to dribble into a triple team right there.
Now Cameron House. They just got to slow it down here. You're in no rush. Up by 21. With 2:47 to go. Holloway looking for somebody. It's a good chest pass over to Irving. He's going to call for a walk.
Traveling violation. Ocelots basketball.
Now this second half, 11 of 31 shooting for Schoolcraft, 35%. And they've only hit 3 out of 10 three-pointers. Much different than going 6 of 9 in the first half.
And the dry is running low here on the 3 balls as that one's missed again by Schoolcraft. Still not what they wanted to do here as Williams misses that one from deep. Controlled there by Walker. Walker going up, draws a foul on Holloway.
And Javon's doing everything possible right here to help his team climb back. I know it's probably too big of a deficit too late in the game, but you got to give Jawan Walker credit. He only has 10 points in this ball game, as we talked about him averaging much more than that, coming off a 23-point performance last week against Mid-Michigan. Macomb's done a nice job at defending him, and that's really been a massive difference in this game, because we knew that at some point the shooting was going to fall off from Schoolcraft. Just, you know, starting 6-9 and continuing to shoot above 65% from three-point range and nearly 50% from the field overall, that's tough to do. It's tough to continue to do for a full 40-minute game. And Macomb stayed consistent on the defensive end. They knocked down some big three-point shots in this second half, and that's been the difference that has taken this game from what was a 6-8 point lead for Macomb with about 7-8 minutes to go all the way up into the 20s right here.
Yeah, that just goes a long way. Out-rebounding them 36-26. Turnovers only 7 compared to 9 for Schoolcraft. And just been really working all over. 11 points off turnovers, none for Schoolcraft. Another crucial thing to mention on is just the lead-in points to the paint, second chance points, and they just been doing everything they can here. You know, Schoolcraft was playing really scrappy, gritty, but just didn't have enough in this second half, especially down the stretch.
And Macomb didn't play terribly in that first half either. It was a close game. Macomb still shot 50% from the field. But because Schoolcraft was kind of matching them, they wanted to find a way to separate themselves, which they did. They found themselves a 2 to 3 possession lead early on in that game. And it's because of those free throws. They shot, to this point, 19 more free throws than Schoolcraft. They've also made 15 more. That's 15 extra points for Macomb at the line.
And those can go a long way. The free throw is good by Walker.
Especially when you get you get Fishburne going 6 of 8 from the line and Josh Hines going 10 of 11. So also give Karan credit. He's 4 of 5 from the free throw line today too. So guys are hitting their shots.
And exactly what you need to do here in these type of games. They're shooting 79% as Walker gets both. 84-65, just 2 and 13 to go in this game. That is all. And now the pressure here by Schoolcraft late. Giddy going up for it, gets it and one for Davion Giddy.
That's what makes DG so versatile right there. He's able to hit that three-point shot that we've all seen, and he continues to do, knock down that triple. But when he wants to put his nose into a defender's chest and go to the rim strong, that's exactly what happens right there. Giddy's sitting at 6'8", 215. He's a tough guy to defend and not foul when he goes into you strong.
Houston comes back in.
He replaces Jalen.
And looking at for Giddy's stats here in this game, he now has 4 points in the ball game.
Might not be his season high total, but he has affected the game in a lot of ways. I know he's been playing with 4 fouls, 3 fouls as well, but his defense has been great in the post today.
Goes a long way. Thorne all alone is going to jam it down with 2 hands.
Marshall Thorne.
No one was watching him.
Nah. Holloway and Irving were very high up near the free throw line. Here comes the full court press.
Still down by 20. Going up there is Irving, and Thorne called for a foul, and he is down on the floor. He's able to get back up, though.
Fouls on the Ocelots, number 22. Marshall Thorne, that's his 5th.
And he has fouled out of the game. Jeremiah Robinson will come in.
Line for the Monarchs.
So Macomb is going to get
Malachi Irving.
A convincing victory here to start MCCAA East play.
Jeremiah Robinson checks in for the
This was a Schoolcraft team that I know they came in off a loss to Mid-Michigan, who's a very good team as well. But they also picked up, as we said, a win over a ranked team, number 11 in the country, SUNY Niagara, back at the end of December. So coming into this ballgame, you knew that they were going to give Macomb a fight, but it was more than just the hot shooting from the Monarchs in this second half. It's much more than that.
Second free throw. Misses. Giddy gets the rebound and gets it to go.
Like that. That's what I'm talking about right there. You know, you're up 20 points. You miss a free throw. Okay. Giddy's still crashing the boards and getting 2.
So his extra effort plays 90-67. We got another whistle. 2 free throws coming up for Schoolcraft, and
Fouls on the Monarchs, number 15.
We got some
Cameron
updates
House
around
is
the
first.
MCCAA East.
Line for
Men's
the
basketball starting
Ocelots,
up
number
today. We have the
10,
women's
Booker
games. We
Washington.
talked about them earlier.
2 shots.
A lot of teams to look out for here throughout the course of the season here in town. We'll be keeping an eye on when they come here to Macomb later in the season.
Can't wait, but we got some breaking news for one of the top teams in the MCCAA East, as there were multiple teams playing across the state today.
A lot of news here around. We'll see it here is looking at it here. 81-74 win for Mott, upsetting number 8 SC4.
That's incredible.
On the road.
On the road. Shout out Steve Schmidt and his team.
Giddy for 3.
I thought that was down. They can't count it, though.
Out of bounds. Ocelots ball.
It got just above the backboard, and once the ball travels anywhere above the top there, or it hits any of the side part, it's out of bounds. But yeah, I mean, going back to the score you just read off right there, a 7-point win for Mott. I mean, another really good team in this conference, showing that it's more than just the teams that are ranked right now nationally.
Yeah, anybody could beat anybody any given day. Giddy misses that one from 3. Schoolcraft going quickly down the floor, gets it to go. Is Cochran.
That's a good bucket right there with the left hand, underhand scoop.
House. Trap there, going to be a jump ball.
Jump ball. Possession. Monarchs. Jalen Medlock back on the floor.
So we'll be back Wednesday night against Henry Ford College right here on the Macomb Athletics Network for a doubleheader. Women at 5:30, men at 7:30. Irving couldn't get the foul call.
And a week from today, we'll see Mott, who just upset his SC4.
Yeah, that will be out in Flint for that game.
And we'll see. Maybe we can pull some strings. Alex might be able to get out there and go to that.
And the game against SC4 on the 22nd as well. There'll be another crucial game.
Might be able to pull some strings for that one, too. Who knows? We'll see. Call our boy Brady Beaton over there with SC4.
Yep, he'll be over there. And you got Nor Drury over at Mod. And
oh, yep. Shout out Chad Toms as well. Al Perry, athletic director, former athletic director over there with Mott.
The last possession here from Macomb. 3-ball miss by Irving. Going up for the shot and able to take it easily. Javon Walker. Now House is going to pull one up for 3. As Schoolcraft just throws it out of bounds. 8.6. And now Macomb will just dribble it out. But nonetheless, the Monarchs will begin MCCAA East play in the win column and take down the Schoolcraft Ocelots 90-73.
Dominant win right there from Macomb. You know, it was a gritty game at halftime. You thought that second half was going to stay very close as well, but the only way that was going to happen is if Schoolcraft went out and shot 7 of 10 from three-point range in the second half as well as they did in the first. Top to bottom, this was a great win for MCC. You had 4 different guys scoring in double figures. You led it with that. Demarion Fishburne was 16. Marlon Williams cashed in 14, was 4 of 8 from downtown. Josh Hines with 12, 10 of those 12 points coming from the free throw line. And then also Jotham Nowicki battling with 4 fouls for a good portion of that second half. Played the final 5 minutes, or 5 final minutes in that second half. He finished with 11 points as well. And, I mean, just a complete team win. It was very similar when it came to field goal percentage. Macomb shot 46. Schoolcraft was 41. Schoolcraft shot better from three-point range. They were 9 of 20, while Macomb was 11 of 27. But as we mentioned throughout the game, the difference being 32 free throws for Macomb. They made 25 of them, good enough for 78%. And Schoolcraft, who still shot very well from the line, just 12 of 14. So that's a lot of points that are on the board for Macomb that were kind of added on because of Schoolcraft's defense. Macomb did such a great job of forcing the issue, getting to the rim, and the Ocelots were forced to foul on multiple occasions, and it led to Josh Hines and company getting to the line and knocking down some big shots to win by a big margin.
Yeah, they did. And looking at from some scoring columns here today, leading scorers of Marion Fishburne with 16. Mario Williams had a great game with 14. Josh Hines, 1 of 8 from the field, got to the free throw line, 10 of 11, made 12. Jovan Wicki, 11 points, even though with 4 fouls, he still had a good game. And then Booker Washington led the way with 15. Javon Walker with 14 for Schoolcraft. Just going down some of the leaders around the board here. But a great win for Macomb. Able to get the job done, but now the task at hand is take it down Henry Ford on Wednesday night. Currently ranked number 20 in Region 12, Division 2.
One thing I learned about this Macomb team is they can find different ways to win. They're going to stay consistent and shoot the ball well from three-point range and from the field overall. But this team has another gear. The energy and the effort defensively and on the offensive glass as well. They do not give up on any possession, whichever side of the floor they're on. This is a great team. They have a lot of potential, and I'm very, very excited to see them play even better teams within this conference because they just dispatched a very good Schoolcraft team, and as you mentioned, it's on to Henry Ford here at home on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Tom, and it'll be a good one, so make sure to tune in for that on Wednesday night. That's going to do it for us here at the Sports and Expo Center here at Macomb Community College in Warren, Michigan. Our final score in this men's basketball game, your Monarchs are victorious over the Ocelots of Schoolcraft College, 90-73. On behalf of everyone here at the Macomb Athletics Network, on behalf of my partner and good buddy Tom Cavanaugh, I'm Alex Johnson. Thank you for tuning in to both games of our basketball doubleheader here today, and we'll see you back Wednesday night